Hello, patrons, or subscribers, depending on when you're watching this, and welcome to another episode of the Paishoboard, a behind the scenes look at episode 2 of Rise of Kyoshi. As always, I'm Jack, and returning with me again is Kieran and JoJo.
Hello.
Hello.
And our guest for this episode has been an absolute delight to work with so far. She kind of took the internet by storm with her debut as Baby Kyoshi, and then has just been knocking it out of the park consistently with every other iteration as the series goes on. Welcome, Anna Pisarka, our Kyoshi.
Hello. Oh, Jack, you are too kind. That's too sweet of you.
Oh.
It's my pleasure to be here.
I've been brushing up on my old Bloombox classes that Steve Bloom teaches during his voiceover stuff, and he always does like these big grandiose intros for people whenever he has guests on. So I thought I'd take a page from his book, and I thought it was appropriate.
You nailed it. You did
I know
great.
it sounds like I've been sweet talking, but honestly, you have just been a blast to work with this entire series so
Oh
far.
gosh, thank you so much. Well, it's been a blast working with you too.
Yeah. So, what have you been up to? It's been a bit since we talked, because last time we really talked was when we were recording episode 3.
Yeah, gosh, I know. Where did the months go? That was quite a while ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, about that much. Because I guess this is going to date this a little bit, because as we're recording this, episode 3 is currently in queue to premiere. It hasn't actually premiered yet, but by the time this goes up, it'll be up, and we'll have already started production on episode 4. I mean, we kind of have already, because we spent our last meeting going over like artwork and stuff.
I've already made a meme.
Very exciting.
Of course you did, JoJo.
I can't wait to
Oh,
see
I made 3 memes for episode 3.
Wait, yeah.
We have to make as many memes per episode.
Okay, fine. I'll accept memes, but if we start getting NFTs, I'm throwing hands. I don't know who with, but it's gonna be. They're gonna be rated E for everyone. I'm just saying. I already made the announcement on Twitter. We're not supporting NFTs.
I can barely support myself.
It's just, for those of you watching this at home, if you don't know what an NFT is at this point, this is my open letter to you. God, I wish I was you right now.
We all do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, anyway, life on my end has been nothing really exciting. I mean, apart from working on episode 3, which has been exciting, but, you know, it's been a little, honestly, kind of boring. I started brewing a new mead recently.
Ooh. You brew mead, Jack? That's awesome.
Well, it was kind of a hobby I started doing back when the pandemic broke out, like 2 years ago, and this one I found on, it's just this recipe I found on TikTok that was Valentine's Day centered, so naturally I'd jump on it like a month later, after Valentine's Day has already passed.
Better late than never. Gosh, what's in it?
It's a mix of strawberries, cacao nips, just basically chocolate before it becomes chocolate, and rose petals.
Ooh.
So the
Ooh,
ferment
I'll take a glass of that. Mm-hmm.
The ferment's almost done. I'm probably going to be bottling it sometime this weekend.
Very cool.
Oh, and I started watching Cuphead, which, by the way, if anyone hasn't watched it, it's hilarious, and I kind of love it.
Is it? I've heard good things about it, but I haven't started it yet.
It's like, did you ever
Gotta write that
watch?
down.
Did you ever watch The Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy?
Oh, it's not got that energy. Okay.
It's like if you took that but made it a Rubber Hose style animated series.
Yo, that guy has a Tumblr, and it makes me so sad.
The creator for Cuphead?
No, the creator for Billy and Mandy.
Oh, he does.
He has a Tumblr, and I read through it, and basically his life fell apart.
Oh, really?
It makes me so depressed.
Oh, that is sad.
He basically pulled like all of his like heart into like this Kickstarter show, but it was like a live action show, so like all his Billy and Mandy fans didn't really grab onto it, and basically it was like a decade-long project that just died, and then all his motivation died with it.
Oh man, that's heartbreaking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But also he's on Tumblr. Like, what a weird place to go.
I mean, is it really that weird? Dante Bosco was on Tumblr. I don't know if he still is, but he was for a long time.
I guess you go there because no one recognizes you.
Yeah, I guess that's true. I mean, Cole Sprouse was on there for a while too, and that was a whole thing.
He would have got kicked off like John Green eventually.
Wait, was John Green on Tumblr?
Yeah, he was like one of the big Tumblr names, and this was back when Tumblr let you edit other people's posts, and basically just turned one of his posts into like I like doing specific sexual activity, and that blew up, and they basically bullied him off Tumblr. So
Oh
this
my gosh.
30-year-old man got bullied off Tumblr by a bunch of like 15-year-olds.
Wow.
And apparently, actually, within the last month, Hank Green posted a TikTok about it, so they're still not over.
What the fuck?
Hell yeah, stick it to the old people.
Kieran, I hate to break it to you, but
Shut
That's
up.
us.
Let me have this.
We're old.
No, I'm not yet. I refuse. I'm not 30 yet.
Oh man,
I
It's
still
like-
have good knees.
it's like that.
No.
It's like that. I don't even remember what it's from, but it was with Andy Samberg dressed as a Nazi, and he goes, "Are we the baddies?" But it's like, "Are we the old people?"
Listen, you're closer to your 10-year high school anniversary than to your graduation.
Ugh.
already passed.
Oh.
Ugh.
Oh, it's already passed, and you have the goal to tell me you ain't old?
Shut up.
I can't say anything because I actually just got a notice on Facebook about someone inviting me to my high school's 10-year, and I don't know if I'm ready for that.
Sitting here like, man, I was
Mhm.
like not an active part of society in high school. I was like, man, are they just gonna skip over me?
Ah.
Are they gonna be like, this person, let's not invite her. We're gonna
Yeah,
skip
see,
that.
I was kind of in that same boat, but then I got really active during my senior year, I guess, just because, I needed a lot of high school credits, and I fell behind a lot in the years prior. So I basically just kind of did a little bit of everything during my senior year, and that's how I ended up getting out of high school.
Yeah, no.
Occasionally we talk about Avatar stuff on here too, guys. Just bear with us here.
Every now and then.
We're getting to it. We promise.
Yeah, we'll get to it. All right, but on a side note, I guess now we can probably get started on this, unless we had other things we wanted to talk about.
You can't just un-derail us and then expect us to derail once more. Like,
Isn't that... Is that a triple negative or a...
un-derail us? No, that's a double.
Okay, it's a double. Okay.
That is, un-derail is getting us back on track.
This is
I've done it. I've
multi-track
un-derailed us. I've un-derailed us by talking about un-derailing. I've
Oh,
done
this
it.
is like math. It's too early for this.
Is this a trolley meme?
It's 11 p.m.
It's 9 a.m. here.
See, I appreciate that we were able to logistically set this up, and I would like to make a special thank you to Kieran and JoJo here for being up with me because they did not have to be up at this hour. Anna's up at this hour because this is just the normal time for her in her time
It's just
zone.
the normal time. Round
And
of
she's
applause to all three of you. Bravo!
Yeah,
Bravo!
Well,
Stand
see,
up,
the thing is-
woo!
But anyway, but the difference is these two are up because I asked them to be. Anna's up because this is just her normal time. I'm up here because I'm a degenerate gremlin with insomnia that works nights. So this is just my normal hours for
Okay,
me.
but like
You
you're
don't
giving
need to call me
me
out like
too,
this.
you're giving me too much credit here. I would have been awake anyway. I would have probably been more horizontal, like in bed and just reading or something. Not like real person reading, like reading comics off bootleg websites because that's all I am now. But I would have been up.
All right. Well, I guess to actually justify our time being up at this hour, let's actually get started on this. So I will pull up my screen here. So we did a little bit of an alteration for the opening for episode 2, as you can see here.
Water.
The bending at the beginning is still the same, but we shortened it substantially just because, that's just kind of how all shows have sort of done it.
World
Is
changing.
the opening after the first episode always a lot shorter?
On a new age and a new avatar.
Ooh, I always get so excited watching that.
I still can't get over how good the opening theme turned out to be. I'm really happy with how it went.
It's amazing.
So this was... Oh god, I don't even remember what the name of the song was called, but it was an old Japanese folk song, and I remember the name of it was from an album that said, like...
Well, like I was telling the
Here, I'm gonna
others.
pause here for a sec. But it was... I think it said something like Hokkaido 100 cent store or something. I think was the name of the album that the song was from.
That's cute.
So I wonder if it was just like a bunch of folk songs like from a dollar store in Japan, and I legit feel bad I don't remember this now.
Well, whatever it is, I think it fits perfectly. You did a
Mhm.
great job with the music here.
Thank you. I'm really proud of that, actually.
My parents.
Oh,
they
there's
wanted to dredge up the Peakside Canal for me.
I can't say I don't. She asked me not to say her actually, but Lilu, our voice for Aoma and Suzu, and she's just. I mean this respectfully if you're watching this, Lilu, but you nailed sounding like a total bitch in this scene, in these scenes.
Are we allowed to use potting mouths? Ah, nice.
I mean, we didn't. I mean, we were swearing like sailors not 10 minutes ago while we were recording. So I mean, I don't see why
I tried to censor myself. I maybe wasn't good at it, but I attempted.
Well, I mean, realistically, I don't think we'll be upsetting the YouTube algorithm as long as we bleep it out within the first minute, because that's just how the internet works right now, I guess.
I did do a meme for this episode. I 100% did a meme for this episode.
Did you? Oh, also, just a quick shout out to Nav for drawing Suzu here, and Jewel Art for doing the background for Genju's Manor. Excellent job on both your parts. I also, side note, I didn't realize that the Ganjanese was a thing we saw in Avatar The Last Airbender, and the reason I forgot is because they only made one appearance, and it was in the episode The Great Divide, which is an episode I always skipped when I rewatched it.
Yeah, it tracks.
It's like, yeah, no, and when I saw Kachi's old sketches he did for Rise of Kyoshi, like the younger versions of Genju, he was always always dressed up like the Ganjanese, so it's like, wow, I completely missed that the first time.
Unproductive as their children.
And I just realized this was your first debut as like the adult version of Kyoshi too, Anna.
Yeah, it was, because episode 1, it was just wee little Kyoshi.
Well, who knows? Maybe we'll be seeing baby Kyoshi come back sometime soon. Maybe.
I'm always happy to jump back into that if you want to bring back baby Kyoshi.
Okay, cool. Because we do have a few flashback scenes we'll have for her at some point.
You want to say that again, servant girl?
That's okay. So one of our artists' name is Jay, and we actually were on the fence about whether or not we had him voice the character Jay. I don't know why we didn't go through with it, and I just dubbed it in myself, but.
I said.
What do you think you're doing?
It wouldn't be a game of Where's Jack if you weren't one of the voices. Though.
You know, funny enough though, I'm not in episode 3 at all, actually.
No? Oh, it hasn't premiered yet, Jack. You still got time to dub yourself in a little bit.
Quick,
God,
be the wind. Yeah. All right, add that in.
Okay.
Why would you do that to me?
All right, there's our girl Rangi. Shout out to Falaneko, who's just been Falaneko's been having a ton of fun just voicing this character, and it shows a lot of the time.
Avatar's lackey. I thought you weren't supposed to leave his side. You're not slacking off, are you?
You're not authorized to be on these grounds, or lay your hands on the Avatar's property, or accost his household staff for that matter.
Yeah, for those of you who are wondering the dynamic between Rangi and Kyoshi's relationship, she's the one that approaches the cashier and says, "Sir, she asked for no pickles."
Inside the house. Right?
Put the jar down.
Once
walk away,
my sister asked
don't
for like
come
a
back.
plain burger at McDonald's,
You know what singed
and she
eyebrows
didn't want the
smell.
pickles, right?
Mhm.
And she got it, and she like bit into it, and it was like a cup of mayonnaise.
What?
It was so much mayonnaise, and she was like,
Ew.
it was like gushing out the side. Like she
Yeah.
was distraught. Like she just wanted a plain bacon cheeseburger. She just didn't want the pickles or the lettuce, and she bit into it, and all she got was mayonnaise.
That had to have been
Oh, dear.
that had to have been like a deliberate move, because I don't even I haven't gone to McDonald's in almost 3 years now, but I don't even think they put mayo on bacon cheeseburgers at McDonald's.
But the
do
thing
they?
is, that, like, it was just like when we were like 10 and 12. Like I was 10, she was still like we would walk to our McDonald's and pay. Like, what did this 12-year-old girl do to disgruntle this McDonald's employee so
Oh,
badly?
Poor thing. Oh, sounds traumatic.
That definitely is traumatic.
Let's
I would
check
never
your
have a-
burgers, boys.
I would never put mayonnaise on a sandwich ever again after that.
Oh,
Ugh.
Mhm.
but like mayonnaise on a sandwich is so good.
Is it though?
Yes.
Not by itself for me.
I don't know.
Not, yeah, I said on a sandwich, not a mayonnaise sandwich.
No, see, like,
Okay.
I used to do that when I was doing like I used to put that on when I was doing like ham and cheese, and I also threw on like mustard and mayo. But then someone showed me this thing using hummus instead of mayo, and I've just never gone back. Hummus is great.
Sounds
Oh.
interesting, yeah.
You have enlightened me. I must try this.
Oh yeah, definitely, especially on naan bread. Naan bread's really
You have
good.
to, you have
Oh,
to kill me
yes.
and make me
Ooh.
leave Cupid
Yes.
behind.
Non-bread, yes.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, we should probably get back to this at some point now.
Fine. I'll leave. But heads up, you'd better find someone who's...
I think it was Kashi who suggested to add a little bit of animated motion to this.
You little. Ugh! Kyoshi, catch it!
I can't.
What do you mean you can't?
Sort of
You're
a problem we had in
earthbender.
this episode
It's
was
not that easy.
Just go like this.
what was the color of the text, because it was just never the same color a lot of the time, and you'll probably see it as the episode goes on. But like sometimes it ranges from a really light tan to a black, and so all episodes going forward we did end up fixing it, thankfully.
Okay, but Chatterbox-kun just likes to experiment, okay?
Okay. Oh god, that's right, we named it.
Yeah, I named that file. That's Chatterbox-kun, you will show him respect!
Okay, fine, but you don't get to go all defensive on that and then chastise me for not changing its name when I'm editing it in Premiere.
Oh no, I'll do what I want.
The way she did.
Rangi, look out! Huh.
And they were
I was
roommates.
expecting a large
Oh my
crowd.
God,
my
they were
god, they were
Or the
roommates.
smell of pickled spicy seaweed.
Good YouTube thumbnail right there.
Wait,
Get
how?
off me, you hoe.
Oh, I forgot why that landed so gently. I'm like, wait, what? Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that happened.
this is a thing happening. Okay, so we've had a few people asking what this actually said,
Welcome.
and I'll just go over it scene by scene here. So here it says, "This is Yoon, by the way. You know, Avatar Yoon."
Of course it is. He's just showing off. At least it's legible.
Okay, so here it says, "What are my 3 favorite shits doing?" And the reason it says that is because it's just like a slight correction on how the characters are written out. Because here it says, and then here it says, "What are my 3 favorite ladles doing?"
Mostly. He knows we can't reply, right?
And here it says, "Can you please bring some dumplings? Anything? I've had nothing but leek today."
Enough of this. We're distracting him from his training. And you're late for work.
You know, I used the same sound effect 3 times for that moving jar, and nobody's called me out on that, and I'm pretty proud of myself for that one.
You just blew your cover though, Jack.
I did,
You just blew
but
it.
it's already too late, so you know.
I was
There you go.
Trying to de-escalate
You'll just have
the
to
situation.
voice the next jar movement yourself.
De-escalate? You were gonna let them hit you. And don't say you were just doing that.
That's
new
right, it's
thing
the game.
earthbenders are
That's-
always
that
throwing
is
away.
in
Where's
fact-
Waldo of Team Kyoshi?
You got
Where's
beaten
Jack?
up by a
Where's Jack?
peasant.
Oh god,
How
don't.
have you not mastered
You're the lucky
basics of
Luciano of
earthbending
this
by now?
series.
18 children and
Wha-
you dare
what?
bend rocks bigger
You
than
know
your
that guy
jaw.
that had to do it to
Why
him?
should I have heroes like you
No.
to protect me.
What
You don't know the gotta do it to him guy?
Not really necessary.
Maybe? I mean, I'm not.
honestly, I'm trying to help you.
Oh, also
And
this
you're not even listening.
after the "was that necessary" was all improv on her part.
Beautiful.
Oh, and this I really like because it actually looks like his hair is kind of blowing in the wind here as it's moving, when all I'm really doing is just really slowly panning it over to the side.
Those two all day.
Avatar Yoon, get down from there at once.
Oh, that's right, we got
You
2
don't-
Sorry, what?
You don't remember the meme?
I'm sorry.
The additional footage?
I'm sorry. I'm focusing on the actual thing we're doing today, JoJo.
No, the additional footage for this scene.
Oh god. Oh god, I remember this now. Yes, I do
Yeah.
remember.
Okay, that's all I need to know. I just need to make sure I remembered.
Okay. Yeah, I'm posting.
Why wasn't that put in?
What? You're asking me why?
mean, it would have been just simple, just like legs kicking. That would have been fun.
I'll edit it in the video so people know what I'm talking about here. But so if you're wondering why that wasn't, it's because it kind of takes away from what's going on here. Speaking of which, to actually talk about what's going on, just a quick shout out to Zach Roth for his debut as
Be
Yoon.
right down, Sifu.
Yeah, it sounds like this was kind of his first major credit. So this is sort of like his breakout role. So
Very exciting.
yeah, he's
Yeah.
been doing pretty good so far.
He's been doing awesome,
What do you
yeah.
think? Did I stick the landing?
Impressive. When
All right, and this is our homegirl Kira voicing Heiran.
the spirits ask for a circus clown to intervene on their behalf, I'll know our time together paid off.
Okay, so when I first posted, hold on, we'll get to the key image
Come
when we
on,
get here.
Heiran.
Actually,
I finished my hot squat sets early. 500 reps. Perfect form. All the way through.
And yet you choose to spend your time lounging on the roof instead of moving on to your next exercise or meditating until I return. No wonder you can't generate a flame yet. You can train your body as much as you want, but your mind remains weak.
Assuming the fire fist stance.
oh, that's right. Okay, so anyway, I have a lot to talk about with the scene here. Actually, so originally when I had
What you do when no one is guiding you
when I had
determines
Kira
who
reading
you
her
are.
lines for Heiran,
The
I
results
wanted
of
her to record her lines, and then I was going to ask Fallon to use those lines as a point of reference for how I wanted her voice to sound. But because of the way time ended up going between the two of them, Fallon just kind of went ahead and did her lines first, and they still sound like they could be mother and daughter with each other.
That's awesome.
And then
It's just meant to be.
And then, so this key image specifically, when we posted it, wait, no, it wasn't this one, but it was the next one. But when we posted the first key image of Heiran training Yoon, we got some interesting responses on Twitter. In that, the only reason I wouldn't say it was like Lady Demetresque step on me mommy responses is because we had such a small following at the time. So I feel like if we put this out today, we might have gotten a little bit more interesting.
You can always repost it and see what happens.
I mean, we'll have other opportunities because there's going to be more Heiran in the future, but you know.
Training are far less important than your attitude towards
And
it.
oh yeah, this was also the musical debut
Your
from
situation
Jerome Jensen. And if you guys don't know who that is,
History
he
is full
did
of
a
avatars
majority
like
of the
you who
music
tried to
for
coax
episode
other
3, and
talents.
he also
You're
did
not the
the.
only one who wanted to take it easy.
Hold on, this song here. Okay, so this is the key image I was talking about, but the music that was just played was called Graceful Warrior, and it was actually the song that he composed as an audition for being our composer back when I held one on the Casting Call Club.
Wow.
And since then, he's just been absolutely killing it, as we'll see when episode 3 comes out.
Yeah, definitely.
So this was a little tough because we were trying to think how could we make earthbending look like firebending, and I think JCat, the guy who did the artist for that, probably nailed it as well as we could have with that image.
Sifu Genju.
It's funny that you mention how to make earthbending look like firebending as much as you can, because side thing, when I first started watching Avatar: Last Airbender, my gateway episode was the desert, and back then I thought, when, spoiler alert, if you haven't seen it, why are you here? But that's your own choice, not judging, I promise. When the Rough Riders found Zuko and Uncle Iroh, I thought that when they were shooting fireballs at him, Iroh was just really good at deflecting them. Like, exceptionally good, because their clothes didn't say that they were firebenders. I just thought they were really good earthbenders, and I just couldn't see what they were doing. And I'm like, oh wow, these guys are really good earthbenders. And then I learned about Toph, and I'm like, oh damn.
Yeah, the bar kind of got shot up a little when Toph got involved.
And then I realized, oh, they're not earthbenders.
Come, let's take a break. I have some news. Our emissaries
A lot of
tell
people
us that
probably
the
don't think
Conrad
of,
has agreed
when they
to
think
sign
of
a new
Avatar: Last
version of
Airbender,
her
they probably don't think
great-grandfather's
of political
treaty.
intrigue here, but I
Really?
think the way
What changed her
the way
mind?
Kevin does it as Genju,
You
he
did.
managed to make it
She learned we finally
he
found
managed to
the
make it compelling
Avatar
for the
and that
most
he
part.
was one of the strongest benders of his generation. The Fifth Nation fleet will cease raiding the coastlines along the Shishan Mountains. They've also promised not to raise a sail under her colors within sight of the Eastern Air Temple.
In exchange for what?
For official access to timber on Yeso Island. The other sages are calling it a total diplomatic victory. So much gained for so little.
Except, it's not a victory, is it? She's promising to halt her operations in one sector, but a fleet of marauders isn't going to lay down their arms and pick up the pieces overnight. They'll just cause trouble in the other oceans, maybe even go as far north as Chameleon Bay or the Fire Nation. It's just pushing violence from one corner of the world to the other.
What would you do then? Reject Tagaka's offer?
We should
So
take her
I
offer,
actually directed
pretend we're glad to do it.
I directed Kevin when he
It's
was
our only
recording
chance
this
of
line for
rescuing the
Genju is
surviving
that
captives.
the idea is that
It'll
he
buy us
already
time for
knew
the
what
coastal
the right
areas to
answer
build
was,
their
but he wanted to
defenses.
see if he could coax it out of
If
Yoon
Tagaka is
instead,
bold enough to
just to
sail
give people a little bit of a
northwest,
teaser
she
of
might get
what kind of
overconfident
character
and
he
pick a fight with the
was.
Fire Nation Navy.
Mhm.
If there's
Like
any
just a
force
very-
that can take hers down completely,
A
it's
very
them.
downplayed version of like his
This is why
manipulative
you are
tactics that he
destined to be a
has
great
that we see
avatar.
later in the
You have
series
the
go into
insight to
full
think
force.
ahead to where people are weak and strong.
Oh, a little
You know which
foreshadowing,
threads of the future
Maybe a
to
little bit.
pull. There's not going to
Nice.
be a
Tone
solution
down.
Gosh, you think of
that
everything,
can do
Jack.
powerful bending,
Three
but
shadowing.
there will be a
It's-
strategy, a line to
Tone
play
down.
that minimizes
Five
the
shadowing.
suffering they can inflict.
We're not.
No,
We're
that's-
not.
You've spotted it.
That's
You're
advanced
everything that
foreshadowing,
Kuruk was
Kieran.
not.
Wait,
Three
no.
shadowing.
Crowder.
Wait, 16th shadow.
No, we're not. We're not doing this now.
You have to be more understanding with her. She resigned her commission to the Fire Army to teach Kuruk. And then she left the Royal Academy to teach you. She sacrificed more than any of us for the Avatar. No, the problem is that she loves you.
If that's true, she's got a funny way of showing it.
Fire Nation mothers. She loves you almost as much as I do. Too much, perhaps. You must know that you have the love of many people. Kelson, the visiting sages, nearly everyone who's ever met you. It's my belief that the Earth itself loves you. You feel connected to it at all times, like it's speaking to you. Am I right? On the other hand, firebending is unique among the four bending styles in that it typically does not draw from a massive element separate from one's own body. You don't form a bond with the element in your surroundings. Instead, you generate it from within. Am I explaining that correctly, Headmistress?
That's right.
I absolutely love Kira as
Take
this
off
role.
your
She was one of three actresses I knew right from the
Tagaka's
start who I wanted to
condition is
play
that
what
any
character
treaties must
as we
be
do. The
signed
other
on
one
the
we'll get to
grounds
next
of her
scene, and
choosing.
the third
I know
one
I
we'll get
said
to
that
in a later
diplomacy
episode.
was more
But
important than bending for this mission.
I
It would
like
be
to think I know
much
how to
more
pay people when it
ideal
comes to
if you had
scouting.
some mastery over fire, in case her chosen ground isn't the ground itself.
I don't get it. What's going on here?
It's like I said, the Earth loves you and you love it. That love, that bond, could be what's holding you back, blocking off the different states of mind necessary to mastering the different elements. We should try severing that link so that you have nothing to rely on but your inner fire. No outside help.
Genju, are you sure that's a good idea?
It's an idea. Whether it's good or not depends on the results.
Nothing like a little child endangerment to get the blood
Going to
pumping.
Have her burn my feet?
No, nothing so
Yikes.
crude.
Yeah. Beg to differ.
Oh gosh.
Now, let's see you run through the first sun gathering form.
I just love
Get
the
up
way
right
that
in the
Yoon is
middle
drawing
of it
that. Shout out to
and show us your
JCat for the way he drew Yoon.
You can't be serious.
The expressiveness is
You
great.
may begin when ready, Avatar.
Alright, so this was the other person I knew right away who I wanted to voice.
Don't carry food around where the guests can see it. Use the service entrance.
That's
Yes,
Kim Lin
Auntie
Tran
Mui.
voicing Auntie Mui.
Hear
Wait,
it.
wait, hold your ostrich horses.
Yeah, she's
Oh, you were out in the sun all day, weren't you? Your freckles got darker again. Why don't you wear that concealer I gave you?
I'm sorry, just her deliveries just kill me every time.
It's on point.
It's
I know.
perfect.
Yeah,
She's
like-
perfect.
I told her the best way to describe it is like somewhere between a mix of old Asian Gordon Ramsays and retired theater instructor.
Oh, the Asian Gordon Ramsay.
Theater instructor.
Gosh, I love that.
Okay.
like everything she says is more drawn out and emphasized.
Oh gosh, what a character! I love it.
Yeah.
Like a bloodless ghost in it.
We'll definitely be seeing her
You're
come.
looking like someone sprinkled star poppy seeds all over your cheeks.
Oh, so dramatic. Amazing.
Yeah, no. We'll definitely be seeing her in later
Grandma,
episodes, and I'm excited.
Good. I'm looking forward to
Don't
it.
forget we have gift duties tonight. Don't waste too much time here. You're not a scullery maid.
There's our boy James Digit back for Kelsong.
Mm-hmm.
Kelsong!
Okay, so I'm just gonna say this. This is probably my favorite key image of the entire episode. God, Nav, you absolutely killed this image, and
They have you
it's
making dumplings in the
it's just
kitchen,
heartwarming
Master
as hell to
Kelsong?
look at.
Yes, it seems I've been banished. Janju thinks my presence is causing Avatar Yun to prematurely dream about airbending, so we're trying to keep him focused on one element at a time. But I still wanted to help out, so here I am.
Let me help.
I like that Rogi just kind of leaves this part.
I didn't think you'd be here this long. I'd heard that you and Janju.
That was a very fun scene to record, by the way. Making up.
Hey.
Also, fun fact: the whole that line of "Is that the concealer Auntie Mui gave you?" That was actually JoJo's idea. Just
doing like a really shitty grin right now, but no one can see me. It's just feel the shit grin in your heart.
It's okay. I feel it where it counts.
Quit it before she throws us out.
Kneecaps.
Then quit looking
Yeah.
for trouble on my behalf.
Because we're all old.
It's not so bad if I take a break from Avatar business. I'll get more time to spend with you. We should go on a vacation sometime. Just us.
Also, I don't know if you could tell from the perspective here, but I usually try to frame it to where canonically Kelsong and Kyoshi are the same height, but I usually try to frame it to where it looks like she's always a little bit smaller than him, just so
like that,
we can give some
but-
visual representation of the dynamic the two have with
No,
each
I
other.
can't. I have work.
Win, Dad.
I've never seen someone so averse to fun since old Abbott No Fruit Pies Dorje.
No.
Okay. Also, this is probably one of my favorite expressions of Kyoshi's just her pouty face.
It's a good one.
Fun.
It's poetry time!
Oh boy!
Oh god, this part.
About tradition.
We're still line cooks, Mui. Our tradition is line cooking.
Oh, just for that.
Where's
you can
Jack?
have us all.
There he is!
Fine.
There he is!
There he is!
The
Include, like,
weather
Found him.
blues,
Check it
blues,
off the to-do
children
list.
Sun
cheering.
shining down from the sky. Birds are singing good.
That was awful.
Oh, that's
Bravo,
a haiku.
bravo,
No, that's a
beautiful.
haiku. That's a haiku.
Look, it's hard to look. I know not everybody can do a haiku, but not everybody can do a good one. And I'll be honest, I can't do a good one because I've never really found one that has compelled people. I'm just saying. Also, originally in the script, by the way, we were gonna have a shot of Kyoshi like counting the extra syllables, but then we looked at it. I looked at it again. It's like, wait, no, that's 575. Okay, never mind. Can't use that.
Mui, I get paid to cook. If
Happy
I wanted to make a
accident,
living in
hmm?
poetry,
Yeah, more
I
or
know a
less.
spot in the upper ring of Ba Sing Se I could be at right now.
If you wanted to make a living off of poetry, you'd starve. Now watch those
Oh,
shrimp crab
snap.
tails.
Mui just ended
Can
my
someone
career.
please give us a decent verse?
Oh, I can, Auntie Mui.
A little bit more prowess on Jerome Jensen's side, because we'll talk about it after we get done with the big one, but we'll see.
Like bows in the storm. I blush bright red when I see a bed and leap at the sound of a horn.
So actually, I can just talk about it here really quick.
Bravo!
So how we did this is so I found out we did this the exact opposite way we're supposed to be doing this, because originally we're supposed to have, for when it comes to some vocals for music, is the original composer is supposed to sing, and then the person doing the music makes the music, and then the person who's supposed to be singing it copies how the writer sang it to the music. We didn't do that at all. Like we basically improv'd how people were supposed to sound, and the composer did the music around it. And And I would say that we were being unprofessional, but honestly, he bounced through it. He worked through it so well. I can't even fault him for it. So shout out to Jerome again.
That was fantastic to me. Woo.
Yeah, shout out to Jerome for this, because he did not have to go that hard. He literally could have just said, "Wait, can you try doing it like this instead?" But he went the extra mile and just worked with the workload I gave him. So just nothing but praise for that guy.
Brother Kelsong, set an example.
I believe I just did.
Also, kind of the theme that was going on here was all the poems people were doing earlier was describing
I've got a nose like
describing the people who had like
leaf on the wind.
Had
my
like
arms are slight and my waist is tight and
sorry.
I don't have a thought for my kin.
Apparently I can't think and listen to myself at the same time, but the idea was everyone was describing the person they had affection for. And I always took Kelsong's poem as he was doing it to his poem was about Mui, just to mess with her. So that's why she sounded kind of flustered when she was just like, set an example.
Well, that's a fun little tip.
You go next. Never see you back here, so let's make the most of it.
All right, I have a lot.
Now's your chance to show everyone.
So I have a lot to say for this part, but we'll get to it once we just let the scene play out.
All right.
Oh, I've got two knives that are cast in bronze. They pierce all the way to the soul. They draw you in with the promise of sin, like a moth on the flame to the core. And I've got hair like the starless night. It sticks to my lips when I smile. I'll wind it with yours and we'll drift off course in a ship touching hearts all the while. The way I walk is a lantern lit that leads you into the night. I'll hold you close and love you the most until our end is in sight.
So first off, Anna.
Brava!
First off,
Brava!
Anna, just
thank you.
Absolutely fantastic how you did this, by the way. Just
thank you so much. It was really fun to play around with that one. I know you sent over the words.
You
and
did like
at first I was like, "Well,
what
am I gonna do with this?"
You did like 6 different takes on each verse, and I gotta say kudos to you because it was hard picking which ones I liked the most because you did a couple of ones that were really good.
Oh, you're kind. It was fun. It was a lot of fun to play around with it.
A
But
little bit
it's
of-
exactly like you said. It was, it was kind of freestyle, improv, just kind of figuring out what works. And the composer you have who put the music to it, just wow, that
Yeah.
just takes it to the next level.
Absolutely,
Gosh, they did
because
fantastic
a
job.
little detail you may have noticed is so the first part, the music was broken down into 3 parts essentially. Because the first one he wanted to do kind of like a more feudal Japan sounding music to fit with Kyoshi, but then when you get to the next part, it has a bit more of a Native American drum beats and wind instrument sounds to go with Kuruk, and then after that, he just kind of went for general emotional appeal at the end, and it was just amazing.
Wow, gosh, to have all the layers in there
I
because
know.
we have that with the characters across the series. It's such a blend of different cultures and influences. So to put that into the music, that's
It
really
really
impressive.
was. It really was an amazing job on his part. But so kind of a fun fact here is when we were first beginning production on episode 2, it was kind of a toss up on whether or not we had Anna and Fallon here switch roles. So she would have originally voiced Rangi, and she was going to voice Kyoshi. But when we were running through the lines with Anna here, she ended up just giving like kind of a mock test on the actual lines for the poem itself, and honestly, it was so good. I just kind of decided, okay, yeah, we're definitely keeping you where you're at.
Gosh, I forgot about that. But yeah, no, we did. I remember we went through the lines of the different characters.
And
Gosh,
I feel
remember you
bad
said,
because I feel bad because this was before I actually had I had her read for Kyoshi, and she didn't really have a chance to really go over the lines, including the singing. So it's like, I wonder what it would have been like. But ultimately, I think we made the best choice for Kyoshi.
Oh gosh, well, I'm sure she would have done fantastic. She's a very talented voice actress.
She absolutely is, and she's been And she's just been enjoying her role as Rongi so much, so I feel like this was everything
I think
happened
she's
for a reason
thriving
here.
in the role. Yeah, no, she does fantastic. Well, who knows? Maybe later on, she could do her version of it and put them together or something.
I mean, I guess there
Possibilities.
really is no saying that nobody can't fan dub this in the future. So I mean, as long as they credit us, I'm not gonna say no.
Yeah.
Anyway, so if we can get through this now.
Wonderful. Absolutely astounding, Kyoshi.
How's that for fun, Killsong? Killsong?
Again, more
Kyoshi,
great music work on
come with
Drome's
me.
part.
Hey,
Mm-hmm. Intense.
what's wrong? Killsong?
Kyoshi, I'm only going to ask you this once. Where did you learn that song?
Stress I feel when I see that expression on Kelsong is real.
Oh yeah, that's like, oh
Very
no,
stressful.
oh no. He
But, like,
realized.
See,
Can we take a hot second to go back to the kitchen scene so we can just see the background real quick?
yeah.
I want to make sure.
Which kitchen scene are you talking about? This
Just
one
the-
or
just-
the?
A full view of that background. I just need to make sure. There's like an instance where no one's in the kitchen, but you can see the kitchen.
All right, yeah. It would be right. Here we go.
Okay. I cannot let a meme not be pointed out.
Oh, I see him already. I
Oh,
see it already.
Is it what I think it is?
I see it already.
Cosmo and Wanda
Oh, yep.
ain't slick.
Yeah. I'll put arrows for people watching this at home, but yeah, those unlabeled spice jars on the shelf that are green and pink, those were intentional. Those were 100% intentional on Jay's part.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny you put those in there. Oh my god, I love it.
I gave people the invite to kind of include whatever Easter eggs they wanted to for certain things like
Like cabbages on the bottom shelf, you know.
I think that was more just because it's a kitchen.
Staple.
Those cabbages in there.
Okay, but like, if you're gonna choose an easy produce to draw, you're not gonna choose a cabbage. I'm sorry.
Okay, yeah, that's true. I guess. I don't know. I'm not a drawing guy. I'm a sound engineering and video editing guy. But if we can circle back a little bit more towards that towards Kyoshi's poem, most people who are watching this, well, you'll know this when this episode comes out because we'll have already gone over it for episode 3. But something I wanted to just talk about how well told the story is in the original source material for the book by FCE is that this is like I said, the running theme was the poems would describe the people that they had affection for. And we find out that this poem that she was reciting was a poem that Kuruk wrote when he was going to read it, when he was using it to describe Heiron. Now, it's kind of a reoccurring plot theme in the story that Heiron has such a similar resemblance to her daughter, or Rangi has such a similar resemblance to her mom, so the fact that Kyoshi was able to recite this poem just ultimately summarizes that the one she had her crush on was Rangi. So, and I didn't really realize that
layers
till
of complexity. Woohoo!
I know, like you can tell that this was written. The book I believe was written by both FCE and Michael DiMartino, one of the original creators for The Last Airbender. So you can definitely tell in just little things like this. Ultimately, it's just a perfect microcosm as to why I've been liking doing this as much as I have. Just because I feel like the only way we can really do right on a show like this is just to do right by the writers, and they've just been killing it consistently with each chapter, and I can't wait to do the rest of the story.
Very exciting.
But yeah,
very
that's
exciting to see what's coming next.
Oh, I just realized, but we didn't get a chance to go over this last part here. So, this, I think we talked a little bit about this, but this was the song that Jerome actually used as a. Oh, that's what it was. Itsuki no Komoryuda by the Kodo. That was the Japan dollar store album I was talking about.
Ah.
Anyway, this song was what he originally used to audition for being our composer for Team Kyoshi, and like I said, I can't wait to see what he does in the future because without giving anything away, because episode 4 and 5 won't be out by this point, but he's had some pretty bombastic ideas for how he wants to do Tagaka's theme, and I can't wait to see what that looks like.
Oh boy.
So yeah, that was episode 2. Any closing thoughts here, anyone?
Just want to say bravo to the team, bravo
Good job to you
everybody.
all.
Yeah, it's you guys
Well
have
done,
all been
everyone.
you guys have all been fantastic on this. So I'd just like to say thank you for doing this with us, Anna. It's been an absolute blast having you on here, and I can't wait to keep working with you in more episodes.
Gosh, same to you, Jack, and to everybody here, to everybody listening, to everybody who's not here on this episode but is a part of the team. It is such an honor and such a pleasure to be a part of this project. It's always something that I really look forward to, whether it's recording sessions or watching the final product. It's just a delight, an all-around delight. So thank you so much.
All right. Well, where can we find you, Anna, like on social media?
Well, I've got a Twitter. You can find me at Pisarka on Twitter. You could also reach me at Gmail at pisarka@gmail.com. You can also reach out on Discord. It's totally fine. Again, you're going to see a theme here. It's Pisarka 0603. Feel free to reach out anytime. Love to chat. Love to talk about projects, about Kyoshi, about pretty much everything. So, yeah.
Also, I will say as a note, though, don't try and shake her down for information about the show, because she's probably... Because ultimately, I don't know if she's going to know as much unless she's read the source material herself.
No. My lips are sealed, Jack. Don't worry.
Okay,
No
okay.
secrets here.
I
One,
mean-
because I don't know very much, but two...
Well, no, I just don't want them harassing you for what's happening next, okay?
Yeah.
You can't.
Oh, no.
You can't harass me for my thoughts because I don't have any.
I don't have
Head empty.
none. Head empty.
When I said
Got
everything,
nothing up
that was
there.
a lie.
Yeah, that, just because. Okay, I won't talk about it, but I won't talk about details. But I did say there was one episode in particular that I'm really nervous that fans might try and shake down one of our voice actors for, and you'll know when it happens. But I think everyone here knows the episode I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm. Well, hopefully not. We've got great fans. It's fantastic. I know you're not supposed to, but sometimes I go through and I look at all the comments on the videos, and in general, everybody is so kind and just so supportive of the project and everything. So,
Well, between you guys,
I'm gonna put some faith in them. Yeah.
Well, between you guys and everyone who's watching this, I'm kind of the same way. Like, I am a little vain. I do like reading the comments on our stuff, even if people don't like what I do. But I haven't really seen anything negative here, so.
It's been very supportive, I think. Yeah,
Yes.
I mean, every now and then you get the odd comment, but when you look at other fandoms, not going to point any fingers or anything, but there's certainly harsher groups out there than the Avatar fandom. It's a really good bunch of people, I think.
Yeah, I think everyone who's watching this probably just filled in the blank with their own fan base. So,
That's why I left it open.
all right. Well, just wanted to say thank you everyone who stuck around at this point, and once again, thanks for everyone who was sticking around for the episode. So, until next time, hope everybody has a good night and enjoy the next episode of Kyoshi.